training purposes. So all the info that I'm going to share later on, please do your own verification and check if you're going to share any of this information with your clients. So do make sure you advise them to seek confirmation with the authorities and things. Okay, so purely on training purposes. Okay. Now, today's objective, as Sun has mentioned, we're going to identify potential through reading of master plan. Okay, doing some market analytics through land price trends, and of course, forecasting property prices through government's direction. Okay, so these are the three topics that I will be, going through. Okay, the most common questions by property agents. Okay, I don't know whether you agree with me or not, but the two most common questions when we have a client with us. First, we ask, sir, you buying for own stay or you buying for investment, right? So this is two of the most common questions. Okay, I made this mistake many years ago. I always ask the same question also. Okay, so hey, sir, you buying for investment or own stay? Then one day I kena one. Okay, he said, okay, he did not say it, he put it even more crude. All right, so I actually make it nicer to listen to. Okay, that is a wrong question. Every purchase is an investment. Well, okay, from that day onwards, okay, it actually gave me a wake-up call. I actually look at it, okay, well, which is very true. Of course, his statement was a lot longer than this. Okay, so, but anyway, from that day onward, okay, I say, okay, every purchase, no matter what, okay, whether you're buying for your own stay today, you're buying for your, to rent it out, to, or whatsoever, to flip or whatever, it is always an investment. So if it is an investment, and we have to look beyond just like, sir, this is the kitchen, this is the living room, or the orientation, this one is north facing, that one is south facing, we have to look into a bit more. We have to look at what are the potential upside. Okay, so today's our topic is on master plan. So let's go into that. Okay, now reading the master plan. So what should we be looking for when we are reading the master plan? Okay, sometimes I see some of our colleagues, they open up the master plan. Okay, they only show like the current master plan. The master plan shows that, oh, here is B2, here is B1, here is residential, there's a mixed development coming, there is a whatever project that is coming up. Okay, so maybe we can look a bit more. Okay, a bit more in depth. Okay, so what I want to talk about is identifying transformation in the master plan. So when I look at master plan, I don't just look at one version. I don't look at the current version. I look back. I look back a few versions before. Okay, I believe there is a reason why the master plan from 2008 and all this are still there in the URA portal. Okay, that is because it's for us to make use of it. Okay, now let's look at this. Okay, now of course today we are here to talk about MORI. So a lot of the slides that I'm going to share has something to do with the surrounding at MORI. Okay, so this is a master plan surrounding MORI. Okay, MORI is being this yellow box area. Okay, so this is where MORI is. So what do we see? Okay, so this is the latest master plan. So if you look at this, okay, most of us will just tell the buyer, oh, this is subject to detailed planning. This is reserve land. There's a lot of potential and things like that. Okay, for me, I look a little bit beyond. Okay, I look at the old master plan. Okay, so this is, sorry, that's the old master plan. Okay, so this area here is subject to detailed master plan. This is the old master plan. Okay, so in the past, it was like that. Okay, so some of the area that I have identified, okay, today in the new master plan 2019, what do you see? I see some changes. I see plot ratio changes. Okay, plot ratio changes is something which is good, meaning that, okay, although these are like HDB's land, but it also means that, in the surrounding area, there is a good chance that currently this area, which are 2.8, we probably will go into something else, maybe be increased. Just like the previous area was 2.8, now it becomes 3.0, and some of the area now becomes 3.5. Okay, so plot ratio changes, zoning change. Okay, zoning change in some area and zoning change as well. So these are the things that I am looking for in when I'm doing a comparison for old and new master plan. Okay, now government land sales. Okay, whether there are any government land sales coming up in the area. So this is another thing that I'm looking for, because government land sales also affect our future price. Now, this one I will go into detail later on. For now, I just want to let you know, basically, I look for transformation from the old to the new. Okay, of course, you can read through a few versions. This one I fast forwarded from the 2008 to the 2019, skipping one version. Okay, now next thing is identify government's planning. Okay, identify government's planning is also very important. Okay, now what does the government has in planning for us? Okay, now master plan. Okay, so of course all our planning goes through the master plan. Now this is also a progression thing. Now if you look at this is in the area of Geylang and Marine Parade under the draft master plan 2013. Okay, so at that time the government's plan was to build Paya Lebar Central. Now you look at it today, did Paya Lebar Central materialize? Yes. Okay, it is there. Paya Lebar Central is there. So you know that this is a good sign. The next thing, okay, move on to master plan, draft master plan 2019. Are there still, plans to develop this Geylang Marine Parade area? Yes, right? So you look at this, what are the things that we are talking about? Okay, so closer to where we are, there are, rejuvenation of Dakota Crescent. Okay, that is one thing, rejuvenation of Dakota Crescent. They are going to build more HDBs, have more community space and things like that. So this is something that I can use. Now, upgrading of CC. CC actually serve, the community around that. If that area is not going to, get any, upgradings, is not going to go have any progress, they will not bother to do, upgrading of the CC, because the CC is one part that, holds the community together. So this is something that we can actually make use of to understand whether the area got any progress. If they shut down the CC, means probably the area has no future, okay? But if they're upgrading it and it is in the master plan, you can make very good use of this information. Now, East Coast Park improvement, okay? So this is something else, okay? So some of the area might have been a bit delayed because of the COVID, but in the long term, the improvement is going to be there in the East Coast Park area. So this is also in the master plan. Now, MRT line, we all know that the MRT line in the area, in the surrounding, the network is going to improve. We're going to get more MRT line. The connectivity by 2023 is going to be good. So I am very confident that, whatever they did in the master plan 201, the draft master plan 2013 will happen in the draft, things that are being planned for draft master plan 2019 will happen. And this is something that I'm pretty sure of, okay? So now, Paya Lebar Central, okay, this has already completed. And Geylang Serai area, you have the Wisma Geylang Serai, which has also completed. So if you look at all this in the area, there is a master plan, the plan has been carried out. And so this is something that is very important, because it gives your buyer the sense of confidence that, things that we are talking about, this particular area, okay, is going to happen because past plan has actually happened, okay? Besides that, okay, we say, okay, just maybe just Geylang and all this. What about the surrounding? Are there anything to support, that, if there's just one area, that we are talking about, then you will say that, oh, probably this is something pretty weak, all right? Now, what about surrounding area? Are there something things that are coming up to support this area. Now let's look at our nearest area, the next planning zone, okay, which is the Kallang Riverside planning. Okay, now this is something that is being planned, and some of the things has actually happened. Okay, now briefly I will run through this one with you. Old Kallang Airport is going to go through rejuvenation as well. Okay, so it will be a lifestyle hub. Now, so imagine for people who are living around Geylang area, you can, just a stone throw away, you are at Kallang Airport area. And in the future, you have more varieties of sports, leisure, and community space. Okay. Now, Singapore Tennis Center. Okay, so this is something that is coming up. So it will actually help to boost the identity of the sport hub area. Okay, not just the big stadium here, you do have like tennis center. Okay, this Binaan Kapal Green is also one of the other initiative by the government, all right, to have a green area, so outdoor exercising area. So this is at Binaan Kapal Green. Okay, now next one, Kallang Football Hub. Okay, is also something to do with the sports hub's identity to build. So the whole sports hub thing will encompass a lot of things, not just the stadium. All right, so there will be the whole big area with sports facilities. Now, something very interesting, okay, which is the Kallang Alive Loop. Okay, now sounds funny, but it is a very huge loop, okay, that covers that link up the waterfront, Stadium Boulevard, and Nico Highway. If you have seen, or maybe later I will show you the slide, okay, that will show the aerial view of the whole place. It's very nice. Okay, it's one big round, so it makes this stadium area looks like a Jupiter kind of feel. And this is where you do your jogging, your cycling, and stuff in the area. Okay, and it's a very, very beautiful place. So with all these surrounding area, master plan, okay, you will know that whatever that you're getting in the Geylang area today, is going to be very, very worthwhile. Okay, now Kampong Bugis, slightly further away, okay, at Kampong Bugis, this is going through a major, transformation. Okay, it is going to be very attractive waterfront features for the community down there, right? So that Kampong Bugis at the moment is a little bit like quiet area. Okay, so in the future it is going to be very vibrant. Now you can visualize, if you're familiar with this area, you kind of can visualize the whole Kallang area, right, rejuvenating, coming into life to something that is very, very attractive to the people who are looking to live in the east, but probably find the East Coast part a bit like maybe in terms of pricings, in terms of availability of new units, not really there. They can always look into this area because this area is going through major transformation. Okay, so this is Kampong Bugis. Now, there is also something that we should look out for. Okay, special changes affecting balances. Okay, what kind of balance am I talking about? Okay, I'm talking about this. Okay, in this area. All right, very, very near to where MORI is. Okay, there's an area that you see in the light blue. It used to be the same color as the MORI side, okay, which is residential and institution. But now in the Masterplan 2019, it has been proposed for a while, okay? Since 2015, they have been talking about it. In the 2019 Masterplan, it has become a reality, okay? They have rezoned this area. They have rezoned this area to become commercial and institution area, meaning that anybody who redevelop this area wants to build anything, it cannot be residential. It has to be commercial based. Okay, so this is the approval from URA, okay, stating that the amendment to this area. So if you look at this, this is no longer a residential area, okay? So what will happen? What will happen to the supply in the Geylang area, okay? So ask you this question, okay? Is this going to increase the demand or increase the supply or decrease the supply? Okay, if you think that the supply is going to go up, please type 1. If you think that the supply is going to go down, please press 2. Okay, please type 1 if you think the supply is going to go up, type 2 if you think that the supply is going to go down. Okay. The supply of residential houses. Okay, so that I see some. Okay, I repeat my question. With this rezoning, okay, do you think supply in the Geylang area for residential properties is going to go up or go down? Okay, 1 is for up, 2 is for down. Okay. Okay, there is a mixed answer that I see here, 1, 2, 1, 2, but most of you I think have 2. Okay, in my opinion, the supply is definitely going to go down. So to me, it's a 2. Okay, to me, it's a 2 because with the whole zone, right? Okay, reconfigure, re-earmark to become a commercial area. All right, there is not much chances that the supply of residential unit is going to increase over there. So when the supply, okay, goes down, all right, even the demands remains the same, the demand will naturally go up. Okay, that is the nature. Okay, so with supply lesser, you will have more people wanting a property in the Geylang area. So that rezoning is going to help us a lot here, okay, especially for buyers who are looking to buy MORI. All right, now, so next one, government land sales. Okay, so look out for government land sales in the area. Now in this area, okay, very close to where we are, okay, we are here. We are here, okay, so very close to us, there are 2 plots of land, okay. Tabesu has already been announced, Dunman is going to come up, okay. So these 2 plots of land is so close to us. When they are launched, okay, do you think their prices are going to be high, or do you think that their prices are going to be low? All right, so that one, I will go into this later on so that we can have a better, understanding of whether the price is going to be high or are going to be low. Okay, so this one I will not ask you to type 1, 2, but later on after that we will see. All right, so with that, okay, from reading the master plan alone, there are a few things that I have probably shared with you. Is like identify the progressive changes in the master plan. So look at the master plan from the old to the new. Next one, identify government's long-term plan. So these are the things that they have in the master plan. Well, those are pamphlets and things like that. You can pick it up or download it online to read, to see whether, the long-term plans are they, has they been fulfilled? They're more long-term plan, okay? Now, identify special changes in the land use affecting supply. Okay, so this is something that you should be using as well. And identify land sales to speculate price movement. This one I'll go into detail in a short while. All right. So this is a summary of the part 1 where I talk about reading just the master plan. Now, next one, predicting the future of land price. Okay, so what is the trend in land price? Okay, now today, of course, it's quite obvious. We go and talk to buyers straight away. We tell buyer, hey, sir, Lentor very expensive, Amokyo very expensive, And today I'm going to share a little bit more, okay, so that we can look at a bigger picture. So our sharing of information with the client can be a bit broader, can have a bit more in-depth knowledge of the sharing can be a bit more informative in a way. Okay, so let's look at this one. Okay, how to predict the future land price in a way. Now, between 2020 and 2021, there were 14 plots of land being awarded. Okay, I'm talking about GLS. I'm not even going into on-block sales. No collective sales in this. Okay, so these are all 99 years leasehold government land sales. So all in all, 2020, 2021, by right, we should be suffering from COVID, doing very badly and stuff like that. But yet, there are developers who went into the market and purchased 14 plots of land. Okay, so this is up till very, very recent. Okay, up till October 11. Okay, now, so let's first look at the Bartley area. Okay, so this is from the earliest one. All right, this is a plot of land that they bidded slightly before COVID. Before COVID, they have put in their bid, and you look at the trend in the area. Okay, all the way from Bartley Residences to Bartley Ridge, Botanic at Bartley, to Bartley View, which has been launched recently. You look at the land price trend, how it has gone up in that area. Okay, Bartley is at District 19. Okay, so, and today Bartley View is selling from 1,007 PSF. Okay, this is information is from ERA Pro, so you can go in there. I took the information from there. Current available unit is starting to sell at 1,007, okay, per square feet. Next, okay, you have an area called Irwell. So Irwell Hill Residences. Okay, now don't be alarmed when there is a drop in such a way, because Cascaden Reserve has a different demand for it. Okay, so the land price went at a different level. Okay, but let's look at Irwell. Irwell as compared to Orchard Residences, which is where Ion is, in a difference of 15 years, the price has gone up by $500 per square feet. Okay, in the early days, okay, where Orchard Residence is supposed to be even better. Okay, where Ion is, the MRT is at. Okay, 15 years ago it went for $1,020. 15 years later, Irwell Hill Residences currently, you still have to walk probably about 5 to 6 minutes away from Great World City. The land that developer purchased at is $1,515. So that is a good increment of like $500. Okay, and that is almost 50% growth. Okay, so if you look at this trend, you will see that, wow, will land price come down or not? All right. Next one. Okay. Okay, so this is a Irwell Hill selling price at the moment, $2,280 per square feet, based on the balance unit. All right, because whatever that has been sold probably at a lower price or something like that, you can't get those anymore. We are talking about coming into the market today, you have to pay $2,280 per square feet at Irwell Hill Residences. All right, now next one, Water Garden Commodore. All right, so even at the far north area, you look at the price comparison to for 8 courtyard Water Gardens Commodore, right? Did the price go down even for areas that are further away? Definitely not. Okay. Now, next one here. Okay, Water Gardens sold at 1,250. Commodore is going to go at probably about 1,003 PSF. Okay. Now, this despite developer getting the land at probably $600 over per square feet. Okay, so these are the kind of price developer are pricing today for the market. Next one, okay, will be Tanah Merah area. So we also talked about Tanah Merah area quite a fair bit earlier this year, when we know that the land was sold at $930 per square feet per plot ratio. So if you look at the area, what is the trend? The trend for land in the area since Eco in 2012, Urban Vista, the Glades, all right, and then Grandeur Park, today is $930, all right, going to sell probably at 1,007 PSF. Okay, so this kind of pricing for future selling prices are, indicated by who? Indicated by consultants, indicated by analysts. Okay, not that coming from my mouth. All right, these are indicative by people who knows the market. Okay, next one. All right, Northumberland. Okay, Northumberland is Farrer Park. All right, so you look at the price trend from a project that is still selling a few months ago. I think currently is fully sold already, Uptown. Okay, at 1,001 to 1,129. Okay, so the difference is easily 10 to 12% between the last few years. Okay, just a matter of a few years, the price has already jumped up by so much. And the one who bought are big boys. Big boys will have, a big developer rather. They have, a pool of, accountants, consultants to advise them what kind of price to get into the market. And probably they will be looking at 1,009 plus PSF. Okay. Now, next one. Okay. This is Ang Mo Kio Avenue 1, the one that we like to talk about. Okay. Ang Mo Kio Avenue 1 and Panorama, okay, is not very far apart. But if you look at the land price in the past 7 or 8 years, okay, it is really a far away, okay, easily $300 apart, okay. And in the future, when they need to launch, I think you are very familiar with this. Easily 1,009 because of increasing construction costs and everything. There is no way that they can sell any cheaper, but they have to go for $1,009 to $2,000. All right. So this one is also a big developer, UOL, all right, who got the piece of land. I'm sure they are well advised before they got into this. All right. Now, Lentor Central. Okay, this is our favorite topic, right? We always talk about Lentor Central. Now, Lentor Central, this floor of land, as first floor has commercial component. Okay, but if you look at the price, look at the location. Okay, if you're familiar, you will know that this is actually far north. All right, far north, almost Yishun area at Yio Chu Kang Road. Now, what about the next 2 plot of land next to it? Coming up, probably, Lentor Hill A, Lentor Hill B. So maybe this year, maybe next year, when it is going to come up, what kind of price do you think it will fetch? I think it will fetch very high prices as well. All right. So because the one who's just kickstarted the ball in the area has already bid so high, the next developer who wants business, who wants to build, they will go in there and load their gun full and just whack whatever price. Okay, even if it is not going to top this, it's going to be close to this. Okay, so future selling price at area like Lentor is going to be $1,009 to $2,000 too. That is my opinion. Now, next one. Okay, Jalan Anak Bukit. All right, so this is an integrated transport hub development, something that is very interesting. The last one that we had was Pasir Ris 8. Now, if you look at this, then you will probably be asking me, they never really go up, right? Instead went down a little bit. Okay, now you have to take note that for integrated transport hub developments, okay, these are developments that the developer has to commit more money, more space, to build communal facilities. Okay, just like Pasir Ris 8. Okay, the land was $600 over $668 or something like that, but their cost for per square feet per plot ratio was actually a lot higher, $800 over dollars. Okay, so that is why there's a reason why integrated transport hub development doesn't really show in a way that it is a lot higher by the than the last GLS. Okay, so take note of that because they do have to carve out some space and prepare additional costs to actually build the communal facilities like the bus interchange and all the sort of thing. Okay, so this is a package thing. Now, even though the price did not go all the way, like maybe you were saying, well, maybe it should be 1,002, right? This area, because Verdale's land price already $1,002. Now, if you look at this, who was the one who got the land? It's Far East. Okay, now if you know that, Far East, they have always been pricing their properties, okay, at a premium, okay, always a lot higher than surrounding properties. So let's put land price aside. In the future, whether they get the land at $900 over dollars or $700 over dollars, do you think they are going to sell cheap? Okay, so this is one question that you can ask yourself. You can ask your buyers to think. Do you think that Far East will sell cheap? My opinion, difficult. Based on my knowledge of how they price their properties, okay, based on Watertown, based on Silver Seas, okay, based on this Holland Village, okay, Holland Village residences, okay. So you know that they are not going to price their property cheap, all right. So that is one area that you can probably tell your buyers about. Now, next thing. This is Marina View, all right, at 1.5 billion. So this is foreign IOI properties is Malaysian. Okay, so foreigners are coming in, foreign developers are coming in. Okay, a moment this COVID thing gets a bit easier, you know, developers are coming in, they paid the reserve price 1.508 billion. All right, future selling price at Marina area is going to be above 2006 PSF. Now, next. This one is the final plot of 2 plots of land. Okay, Slim Barracks. Okay, Slim Barracks is very close to our One North Eden, which was very well received. Okay, during the launch day. If you look at the price, developers are so confident, so motivated by the sales at One North Eden that they actually paid 20% more for these 2 plots of land. All right. So future selling price down there easily 2001, okay, above 2001. So these are also knowledge shared by analysts on newspapers. Now, with these, okay, you guess what is the price that is going to be for Dunman? Okay, maybe I will just pick your knowledge. Maybe you can just tell me A, B, C, D, so we can have a consensus to understand, like, what do you think the future price of Dunman, which is very close to MORI, is going to be? Maybe can I see some answers, some A, B, C, D's answers over here? Very good. Okay, I see some B, some C, some D's. Okay, I don't see some A's. Okay, which is very important. So far, nobody typed A. Okay, so that actually shows that, you know, you are actually very aware that how the price trend is going to be. Okay, you have no false hope or false, you know, vision that, you know, prices in the future is going to be below $1,000. That is very important. This is something that you can show your clients, okay? When you get the slides for this, you can show your client this, okay? Maybe you don't have to run through all the 14 plot lands that I ran through. You just choose a few and run through with them. And then you ask them, okay, so in the future for Dunman, what do you think the price is going to be? Okay, if that buyer tell you, oh, confirm A. Confirm A means you can confirm, forget about him, because confirm A means he confirm he is not aware of the market. So you need to go back and, you know, educate and re-educate this buyer. Okay, so if anyone that says C and D, I think very good chance this is a ready buyer. All right, so identify your buyer in this, like how much they understand the market. Okay, so this is something that is very important. A quick summary on what we have talked about, reading GLS prices. Okay, make comparison to past transaction on the land. Okay, observe the number of bidders. This is something very important. Okay, if that plot of land only got 1 bidder, 2 bidders, then probably it doesn't reflect the sentiments of developers wanting to get land. Okay, identify land prices direction in all areas, not just focus on, you know, surrounding area. All over, you see, I take a very neutral perspective. I identify all the land prices in all areas so that I come up with something that is more, you know, inclusive. Okay. Now, the next part. Okay, I want to ask you before this. Okay, you think who decides the prices of properties? Okay, many of the people that I speak to will say, "Oh, of course are the buyers. Yeah, the buyer don't buy the buyer, if the buyer choose not to buy, right, the whole market collapse. All right. Now, okay, that is only a tiny fraction of it, right? A lot of time, the buyer actually has no choice on to like how prices are being fixed. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, now I want to tell you the next part. Okay, it's actually a bit off from what I will usually talk about, like, you know, or maybe how others will talk about like property prices, you know, land price and things like that. I'll probably want to share with you. I have used this technique before and it is successful. Okay, and people are being convinced. All right, now this is where the direction of the government. Okay, so if you follow the government's direction, it cannot be a wrong one. Okay, so this is after all, everything is decided by the government's policies. Okay, now let's look at this BTO recently. Okay, now, so you probably will be asking, what has BTO got to do with new launches? Two different things. One is the HDB, one is, you know, private properties. What I want to share with you, okay, on my perspective, is actually how prices are being, you know, decided. Now, look at this. This is a BTO at Owen Road. Okay, Owen Road. So this is a RCR BTO. All right. So a 4-room flat at this place called Kent Heights. Okay, this BTO exercise has just ended. I think 2 days ago, today 25th, 23rd, it ended. All right. I take the most average type of flat, which is the 4-room flat. Okay, 4-room flat is the most common one that is available everywhere. The price range is about 511 to 660,000. Okay, let's look at another area. This is one area that is very much talked about. Tengah. Everywhere you hear Tengah. Tengah is green. Tengah is modern. Tengah is robotic. Tengah is everything. Okay, but if you look at the price, it's of the same 4-room flat. It's 312 to 380,000. Okay, so let's say if you put this side by side and make a comparison. Okay, the lowest price at Kent Heights is 511,000 compared to 312 in Park Glen. Okay, at Tengah. The difference is about 60%. If you look at this, the highest 660, it goes as much as 73-74% different. Meaning, if you buy one, you know, Kent Heights HDB, you can actually get 1.5 or more than 1.5 at Tengah. All right. Now, the next one, okay, everybody likes to talk about this one this day, is the premium location housing, okay, PLH, okay, the one that has 9 times oversubscribed. Okay, if you read the news yesterday, okay, it's 9 times oversubscribed. Okay, but I'm not going to go into like how many people actually apply. I'm going to talk about the price. Okay, so if you look at this, the indicative price range, okay, for a 4-room flat here is between 582,000 to 688,000. Now, if you put that into comparison with Park Glen, you will see that the difference is, wow, 86%. 86%, that's the lowest one. The highest one is about 81%. All right, to get a highest, that means the best unit at River Peaks. Okay, this is the Rochor area. Highest one, 688,000. The difference between the highest one at Park Glen is about 81%. All right, so let me put this into comparison with Kent Heights, the one that is in RCR. Sorry, I will change this one. It's actually Kent Heights is actually RCR. Okay, the lowest 550. The difference is not so much. So when you compare Core Central Region and RCR, it is actually not a lot of difference. Okay, in a medium, maybe about 8% difference. Okay, now if you put it onto a map, okay, it will look something like this. Okay, the OCR Park Glen 346,000. Okay, that's the median price. When it comes to the Central Region, the CCR River Peaks 1 and 2 is 635,000. Okay, so this is the median price of a 4-room flat. Now here is 586,000. So the difference between the CCR and the RCR is probably about 8%. But when it comes to here, it's almost double. All right. So this is how the government actually decide on pricing. Okay, how much CCR or RCR project is worth as compared to the OCR project. Okay, so keep in mind on this because later I'm going to come into something else. All right. Now, prime site under new public housing. So what is a prime site? So currently the first one is actually the Rochor one, which is the River Peaks 1 and 2, which are the prime site. Okay. Now, so our minister talked about, okay, as time comes, okay, in the future, there will be more areas which will be identified as prime area. All right. So which area is going to be prime? All right. So we all would like to, predict, right? So let's look at this master plan again. So which area do you think is going to be the area where new BTOs are going to be considered prime? In my opinion, I think it's going to be only in the central region. Okay, in my opinion, all right, maybe in the future, 50, 60, 100 years later, maybe even the North Zone is prime area. But as of now, in the near future, in the next 10 years or so, I think only area like here in the central area is going to be identified or has BTO that are launched under the prime location housing area. So take note of where MORI is to. Okay, so now, is there any future for Geylang? Okay, of course, Geylang in all the times, okay, and even maybe until today, you can even say, okay, be very open about it. Okay, it's an area that when you want to go into, okay, you probably have other thoughts behind your mind. But if you look at the government's direction again, come back to this. Okay, this is Geylang Lorong 3. Okay, the few landed houses. Okay, about 60 of them. Okay, what happened to them when the 60-year lease came up? Did the government renew it? Singapore has got a lot of land actually, right? If the government wanted to refresh the lease for them, they could have done it, but no, they took back the land. They took back the land, okay, to do what? To build more HDB. And if you have the same thought as some of the buyers, Geylang, then let's look at the Geylang BTO here. The Geylang BTOs, those that are across the road from MORI, Dakota residences, Dakota Crescent area, okay, or the Dakota area, or the Cassia Crescents area. Do you think that nobody subscribed? Hey, the subscription is 14 times, that means every one unit, there are 14 people who actually subscribe for it. That is actually more than the River Peaks 1 to 9 subscription rate. So if you look at this, okay, what is the future for Geylang? All right, now look at this. Somewhere at Paya Lebar Air Base, okay, so we all know that this is going to relocate. This is going to be, built into a new residential, commercial, and everything kind of new township coming up. New township here. Further down, Paya Lebar Central. Paya Lebar Central has already, whatever you see on this is already there with the condo, Park Place residences, all the other offices and things. Next, the sports hub. This is the a live loop that I mentioned. The live loop looks something like this. Okay, very, very nice area. There's a lot of things coming up in the sports hub. Now, further down, you have your MBS area. You have your Marina Bay Financial Hub area. Okay, now let's look at this on the map again. A new township here, a new commercial hub here, a sports hub here, entertainment hub, okay, Marina Bay Sands casino and everything. I term it as an entertainment hub. All right, financial hub. Then let me ask you, what kind of hub you think is going to be here? Is it still going to be the same hub as it is today? Do you think that in the long term, the government's plan is going to maintain this hub here, right? So let me ask you, do you think there will be transformation here in this area? Okay, if you think yes, type a Y. If you think no, it's going to remain status quo, type a N. Okay, let me know at least you see, wow, why, wow, oh, why, so many why. Okay, so you know that if you look at this in such a way, looking at it on a micro basis, if you are the government today, new township here, commercial hub here, sports hub here, entertainment hub here, financial hub here, what kind of hub is going to be there? Okay, so with this, you can assure your buyers at Geylang area or anything that's around here, what is the future going to look like? Okay. Summary from government's direction. Always follow the direction of the prices of the trends that setter, which is the government. Okay. If you look at this, using HDB BTO launches to identify potential region. Okay. And using, okay, have foresight on how future will unfold and develop an insightful and impactful closing script. So you can actually make use of all this to, you know, come up with a story that you can actually tell your buyers and share with them, you know, what are your thoughts? Okay. Now, quickly, I will just run through. Do you think MORI is a good investment? Okay. Now, I don't know, right? It's really up to you. I just share what I think. Okay. I'll show you the next few slides. First thing first, this place has rapid transformation. All right. From the 2008, in a matter of less than 10 years, there are a lot of changes here. Zoning change, plot ratio change, and things like that. Do you think is good? Okay, you decide. Next one. Remember the map that I showed you just now. Okay, on HDBs that are at Tengah, at the HDB at Central Region. Okay, at River Peak, at Ken Heights. Okay, look at this again. Now, Pasir Ris sold over $2,000. This is a new launch, 99 years. Avenue 1, Ang Mo Kio Avenue 1 is going to be at $2,000 in the future. Lentor going to be at $2,000 per square feet. Recently, Clarke Quay above $3,000. So if you look at this, how much do you think a property somewhere in between the far off region and the central region should be? Okay. To be fair, I think easily must be $2,000 over dollars. But if you look at MORI, this is what I get from the same chat group as what everybody gets. It's from 1619 PSF and Freehold. So you make your own decision. Do you think, you know, there is potential in this area? All right. Now, so this is the price that indicative pricing from the chat group as well. Okay. I'm not part of the core team or anything, so I am just showing you whatever I have, okay? Whatever that's being shared on the chat group, okay? Now, this area, whether there is potential, is up to you to decide, okay? Remember the map that I show you? This is where MORI is, okay? So is there going to be potential? Now, one of the last thing that I want to share with you is, okay, if you are still not convinced, you need more convincing, okay? Now, let's say you think that I need to compare with something that is even closer that actually happened, okay? And it's also a freehold plot land. It is not so far away, Kamsil Avenue a few days ago, okay? You can see that MORI is here, okay? Kamsil Avenue is just here. We basically share the same MRT station, Dakota station. A freehold is going to sell at $2,004 to $2,630 per square feet. Also by another research and consultant, okay, researcher and consultant, Nicholas Mark himself. Okay, so with that, okay, I would like to ask everyone, okay, make use of this, you know, opportunities, okay, things that you can probably see. If you think that what I share with you do make some sense, okay, you can probably make use of the information today to share with your buyers who are looking at MORI. Okay, the preview period for MORI is 20th, okay, it's 5 days ago, still ongoing until 2nd December, Thursday. So do make very good use of this low price, low entry, high potential, you know, property to, you know, sell to them. Okay, sell to your clients. With that, that is the end of my section.